Some women feel their stomachs turn, their sleep disappear, and their chests get heavy. But they still try to justify it. It's probably just his stress. But deep down she knows. Something has changed. Women's intuition is sharp. And when it starts to hurt, it's because there's truth hidden there. But the heart, when it still loves, does everything it can, not to see what is already screaming inside. Male infidelity often begins long before the kiss or the bed. It is planted in the little lies in the relationship, in the rehearsed excuses, in the emotional detachment that comes disguised as tiredness or routine. And the cruelest thing, the woman feels it all in her body. Anxiety comes, doubt grows, and shaken confidence becomes the new normal. But no one has taught her how to listen to this intuition with courage. And that's why so many women live trapped in a couple's crisis that has no name, but does have pain. In this kind of love relationship, where the signs of betrayal appear, in silence, the worst thing is the unspoken. This video is for those who no longer want to live between doubt and guilt. Because when the truth starts to hurt more than the lie, it's time to take a closer look. And the first sign that usually appears is the emotion moving away before the body leaves. She still sees him at the coffee table, on the sofa at night, even in bed. But it seems that only his body remained. The rest is no longer there. Conversations have become monosyllables. The "how was your day?" has disappeared. And the eyes that once sought hers now avoid contact. This emotional distancing is treacherous because it camouflages itself in everyday life, but it corrodes inside. It's like living with a stranger who wears the face of the one she loves, and then come the repeated excuses. "I'm tired. I've got a lot on my mind. It's not you, it's work." And yet, curiously, he still has the energy to go out with his friends, answer messages on his cell phone, and distract himself for hours with other things. This suspicious behavior undermines the emotional bond, leaving the woman silent, trying to find logic in what no longer makes sense. And the saddest thing? She feels she's lost someone who still sleeps next to her. To identify this withdrawal, she can observe simple signs. He no longer listens with interest. He doesn't notice things he used to. He avoids plans for the two of you. The touch has changed. Presence has turned into noisy absence. The pain of betrayal begins like this, when the warmth of connection turns to coldness in disguise. And when that happens, you can bet something is being emotionally diverted elsewhere. And if she starts looking closely, she'll even notice it in the way he fiddles with his cell phone. The way he uses his cell phone says a lot more than the words he doesn't speak. From one moment to the next, the device became part of his body. It even goes into the bath, stays under his pillow, and never leaves silent mode. If before he used to leave his cell phone lying around the house, now he seems to keep a secret in it. This kind of abrupt change raises the alarm of distrust in the relationship, even when she tries to rationalize that it could just be a coincidence. She tries not to think the worst, but anxiety begins to show signs. A racing heart when he laughs at something and doesn't tell her what it is. Annoyance when he turns the screen away. That chill in her stomach when a notification pops up and she rushes to check it. Small attitudes form an emotional puzzle. And no matter how many times he says, "It's all in your head," the suspicious behavior insists on repeating itself. If she wants to test her own perception, all she has to do is remember what she was like before and compare it to now. He talks to her less online, avoids showing her what he's looking at, gets impatient when she approaches him while he's on his cell phone. This isn't just a lack of attention. It could be a sign of emotional betrayal. And you don't need proof to feel the impact. When shaken trust starts to hurt more than longing, it's a sign that something much bigger is at stake. And maybe it's not even just emotional anymore. When a man changes his look out of the blue, without warning, with no clear emotional motive, it's natural for female intuition to awaken. Suddenly, he's going to the gym every day, buying new clothes, wearing different perfumes, all with no major event in sight. And when she asks why, he doesn't know or replies with a simple, "Oh, I just want to take care of myself." But what he doesn't realize is that the body speaks when the mind tries to hide it. This sudden preoccupation with appearance can be a reflection of trying to please someone new, someone who doesn't know you. It's at this point that emotional detachment can begin to take shape. She realizes that he spends more time in the mirror than looking at her, that he dresses up more to go out alone than for a dinner for two. And that's when the pain of betrayal begins to be felt even before it becomes physical. The cruelest thing is when she confronts him, he turns the tables. "You're overreacting," or worse, "Can I even take care of myself anymore?" But a woman in a real love relationship knows how to differentiate healthy self-care from a silent attempt at external seduction. When his mirror starts to show more vanity than bonding, it's because the lies in the relationship are no longer just words. The body feels before the mind understands. When sexual behavior changes abruptly, something deeper is usually going on. Sometimes he becomes cold, distant, avoids touch, kisses, and any kind of closeness. At other times, he overdoes it. He becomes the most affectionate man in the world overnight. This imbalance in physical affection is usually a clear sign of emotional or physical betrayal, a direct reflection of the crisis in the couple. When there is emotional detachment, his body begins to react with disinterest. There is no longer that connection in the gaze, that real desire to be there. In other cases, the sudden excess of affection and desire may be guilt trying to hide under the sheets. Women often feel this difference, even if they can't explain it, because it's not about sex itself, it's about the energy that surrounds this contact. The best way to spot this sign is to look at the whole. Does the touch feel empty now? Does he avoid emotional intimacy before or after sex? Do you feel used or ignored? The pain of betrayal sometimes begins in the silence of gestures. And when intimacy stops being a connection and becomes a performance, it's a sign that love may already be being shared with someone else. There's something that no rational explanation can silence: feminine intuition. It's that strange feeling that starts as a mild annoyance, but grows slowly, like a shadow that insists on not going away. Women sense when something is out of place, even if their partner's behavior seems normal. Anxiety appears, sleep disappears, the chest tightens, and all for no apparent reason. But there is a reason. The body reacts to emotional betrayal even before the mind accepts it. She often wonders if she's becoming paranoid, but is it? When trust is shaken by small lies in the relationship, subtle changes, emotional disconnection, it's not crazy to be suspicious. It's emotional intelligence. It's the instinct for self-preservation, trying to warn us that something is wrong. And the most dangerous thing is to ignore this warning, canceling yourself out in order to sustain a relationship that in practice has already become a toxic relationship. If she feels alone, even though she's with someone, that says a lot. If she looks away and can no longer find partnership, affection, or truth, it's time to listen to that deafening silence. The pain of betrayal sometimes doesn't come from the evidence. It comes from the emptiness that grows between two people. And before looking outside for answers, perhaps the next step is to look inside. You're not exaggerating, and you're definitely not crazy. When mistrust in a relationship starts to become an emotional routine, it's because something inside you already knows the truth, even if your mind still tries to deny it. The crisis in the couple, the emotional distance, the signs of betrayal. None of this is an invention. It's perception. It's survival. Now tell me, how long are you going to ignore what you feel? How long are you going to cover your face and pretend that everything is fine just to avoid confronting a possible emotional betrayal? How many more signs will the universe have to give you before you act? No woman deserves to live stifling her own intuition in order to maintain a loving relationship that only brings doubts, lies, and the pain of betrayal. If you've come this far, it's because you're ready to see beyond what the universe shows you. So take advantage of this momentum, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. There's a lot more content coming to help you strengthen yourself, rebuild your confidence, and get out of this cycle of silence and suffering. You deserve clarity, and above all, you deserve peace.